Hey everybody. Okay, so on Thursday, and it might be Thursday today, but I'm making this video ahead of time. Notice how under Discover it says to watch how to create a Google form, and later on it says to create a Google form with a statistical question to ask the class. So in talking this week about statistical questions and non-statistical questions, we know that our questions um, need to, in order for it to be statistical, which means that we can gather data on something, it means that it needs to be a question that we know when we ask it. Number one, it will have something to do with numbers, and number two, it will uh, give us a varying response, meaning that not everybody is going to give us the same exact answer. So in thinking about that, if your question results in the same exact answer from everybody, like maybe how old are you, and they're in a sixth grade class and everybody would say like 11, that's not really a statistical question because we kind of already know that. We already know the answer will be pretty much the same. So anyways, aside from that, how to create a Google form. Click on a new tab, go into your Drive, or you could just go onto your Drive from your Chromebook. And I always click on New, and then notice I have all these folders: Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. I'm going to click on More because then I see Google Forms. So you're creating a blank Google form. And this is what it looks like blank. You want to give it a title. So we might call it, I might put car statistical question. And I might even put the period number. That might be a good thing to put there. Period, let's say period 2 or period 7 or 5 or whatever it is. And if I click there on the title, notice how it already automatically pulls that up. I can change the title from here if I want to make it more interesting or something or whatever, but we want to make sure that it's titled so that Mrs. Carr will know what it is what assignment this is. Okay. All right, I'm going to put period 2 there. And then my question here, I have all these choices. I'm going to type my question here, and Google will actually pick the kind of question it is. Multiple choice questions are a good one, but you also have to think of the options. So let's say I ask, what is your favorite type of animal? Make sure I have a question mark on it because it's a question. And I could keep this a multiple choice, which is a good idea because you kind of want to be able to control the choices sometimes. I could make it short answer, which might mean that everybody will have a different answer, and it might be difficult for me to gather data from there because if somebody spells something different, it will actually give me it'll count it as a different answer, which is really weird. Like somebody could put horse and someone could put horses, and even though that's the same answer, Google will consider it different, and that just doesn't make sense to us. So I'm going to do a multiple choice, and that's what I would suggest for everybody. You could do, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? What is your favorite pizza topping? Whatever, all those different options. My options here, let's say I'm going to give people lots of options, but I'm going to say horse. And then I'm going to put, and you could even put a little picture in. It's kind of neat. Cat, dog, tiger, reptile. Actually, that makes me think I could probably just put types, like bird, and let's say, dolphins. Some people love those. All right. And then if you really want to give people another option, you're like, oh man, I'm not giving enough options, but I can't go on like this forever. You could just put other here. And then if somebody had a different choice, they could just put what their other, they would be allowed to give that input that, oh no, mine was another type. Then click required because you really do want people to answer your question. Oh, the other thing that you should probably do, add, and this would be up to you, but you could say, you might want somebody to put their name. So put name. And then notice how it came up with short answer automatically for me. So Google knows, oh, that should be a short answer question. And I'm going to move this up to the top because I want them to put their names in first and then pick their animal. So there, that's done. If I wanted to leave it like this, there's nothing wrong with it. If I want to change the colors, I can do that. If I want to change, like choose an image for this, there's all kinds of images that I could put in. Maybe there's something about animals. Anyways, you could find something to put in there. Maybe I'm going to choose this one just because it's pretty. And there we go. So now it's a little bit more interesting. All right. I've hit required on all of my questions. Okay. Yeah, if you need to go back and edit, you just click on that question and then you make sure that it's all correct. And now I'm going to hit send. And when I send that, I'm going to get the link and then I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to paste that link into Mrs. Carr's, into my assignment that I wanted you to put it in. And that is how you create a Google form. Very easy. Now I can share that. I can email that with my classmates. I can, like I said, I can copy the link and I can email this link to people. Lots of different things. You can shorten the URL and make it nice and short and then copy it and then email it out. Or like I said, I've got the option to email right here. So I could just email to people and then they do the form and then their responses will go right here. You'll see all that later on when you open up your form. They won't see it, but you will see all the responses in there. It's very, very neat because it'll put it in charts for you if you've done it correctly. And you can create a spreadsheet with the responses. There's so many different things you can do. And that is it. Good luck.